afternoon, everyone. Just let me know in the comment section if you can, if the audio is clear, if the video is clear, if you can hear me. Just send a thumbs up or let me know in the comment section with your messages. Okay, good afternoon, friends. I think the audio, video, both things are clear. So, welcome all of you. This is a weekly current affairs discussion for geography, environment and science and technology. जो भी करंट अफेयर्स पिछले एक हफ्ते में हमने न्यूज़ में देखे हैं उनसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट इश्यूज हैं वो हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. विल बी डिस्कसिंग द इम्पोर्टेंट करंट अफेयर्स ऑफ पास्ट 1 वीक. टुडे टेकिंग दिस सेशन इज मी सुरभि सरदाना. So let's begin. Good afternoon to all of you. Let's begin and quickly see what is the index for today. आज हम क्या cover करने वाले हैं. So the first topic is hybrid electric vehicles. EV stands for electric vehicles. The second is about 5 new Ramsar sites that have been added by India on the Ramsar list of wetlands. The third one is GI tag or geographical indication tag has been given to white onion. तो ये तीनों ही बहुत important news है. इनमें से एक टॉपिक जो कि हाइब्रिड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का है. द फर्स्ट टॉपिक अबाउट हाइब्रिड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स, इट वाज इन न्यूज़ and it will be taken as a question for Seize the Mains today. So Seize the Mains has been linked with our website. Seize the Mains is our daily answer writing initiative. So if you are watching this video either live या आप इसका recorded version देख रहे हैं, what you can do is click on the link in the description below after watching this video. It will take you to our website, that is Raj IAS Academy. वहाँ पर आपको एक question मिलेगा. You will see this question and you can answer this question and our experts will give feedback to this question of yours, this answer of yours, entirely free of cost. So today we'll be covering hybrid electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles से ही related question है. So what are the various types of electric vehicles? This is the first part. Highlight the steps taken by the government to promote electric vehicles in India and answer in 250 words. This is a highly expected question in UPSC and State Civil Services mains this year. So also अगर आपको confidence नहीं आ रहा है answer writing के लिए, if you're not confident about answer writing, what you can do is tomorrow, that is Thursday at 9 PM on our YouTube channel, Seize the Main का premiere होगा. Seize the Mains will be premiered and there I'll be taking the answer writing discussion. I'll be telling you how to answer this particular question. So let's begin with this session. What is the technology powering hybrid electric vehicles? So first of all, we need to understand what are the types of electric vehicles. That is our question. Since hybrid electric vehicles or generally electric vehicles have been in news, so we'll see that what are the types of electric vehicles and सबकी emissions में या efficiency में क्या फ़र्क होता है. So we'll start with the conventional vehicles जो हम use करते हैं, which run on petrol और diesel. जो हमारे conventional vehicles होते हैं जो कि petrol या diesel पर काम करते हैं, this is where they are. So what is the source of energy in a conventional vehicle? That is petrol or diesel, the fuel that you are adding. Okay, fuel that you get from a petrol pump or places like that. And what is the kind of emissions? Emissions are very high. Emissions are very high in quantity here. When it comes to hybrid vehicles, अब यहाँ के बाद हम लोग सब electric vehicles study करेंगे. So electric vehicles, they can be either battery electric vehicles. Battery electric vehicles का क्या मतलब है कि जो आपका vehicle है, whatever vehicle, car, scooter, whatever you are having, उसमें सिर्फ एक battery होगी, एक या multiple electric batteries होंगी, and that electric battery will be charged. Hybrid electric vehicle से क्या मतलब है? In hybrid electric vehicle we have a fuel tank also. That means you can fill petrol and diesel also in that. आप petrol and diesel भी भर सकते हैं, and on the other hand there is a battery also. So how does this battery get charged in a hybrid vehicle? We'll see that. But hybrid से मतलब है कि दोनों type के fuels उसमें use होते हैं, electric भी और conventional भी. So hybrid electric vehicles can be of two types. So on one hand you have the fuel tank. On the other hand, you have the battery. So what you can do is, जब ये battery खत्म हो जाए तो या तो ये fuel tank ही battery charge कर दे. When this battery dies out, then this fuel tank can be used to charge this particular battery. Or what the other possibility is that this battery has a plug that can be connected into a socket, जिसको socket से connect किया जा सके और इस battery को charge किया जा सके. So depending on the understanding of these vehicles, either you can have a fully battery operated electric vehicle, this is highly efficient. Then in the hybrid electric vehicles, either you have normal hybrid which gets charged by a fuel tank, or what you can have is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle means जो उस vehicle में battery होगी, whatever that vehicle has the possession of a battery, that will be charged by the socket by some external source of electrical energy. The third type is fuel cell electric vehicle. So basically उसमें electricity energy generate करने के लिए, to generate electricity, what you are using is a fuel cell. For example, hydrogen fuel cells, they have been in news recently. So what are, for conventional we saw that the emissions are very high. Let's see for hybrid and plug-in hybrid. The difference between hybrid and plug-in hybrid is clear. So for hybrid, what is the external fuel? Only what you are using is you have a battery and you have a fuel tank. आपके पास एक battery है और आपके पास एक fuel tank, and this battery is getting charged by the fuel tank only. So there is more and more consumption of fuel. So though the emissions are less than conventional, but they are still high, as you can see. So this has highest, conventional vehicles have highest emissions. This still has high emissions, hybrid electric vehicles. Now what if I charge this battery and this battery is bigger in size than this one? If this battery is charged by a plug, or what we call it the plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid में अगर आप external source से charge करते हैं, then the emissions are very less, as you can see here. So emissions will become less in a plug-in hybrid type of electric vehicle. And what if जो आपका source of energy है, that is just a battery and a socket, fully rechargeable batteries, battery operated electric vehicles. There, here we have no emissions. So the most efficient and the least emitting, carbon dioxide or other polluting gases emitting would be something with all electric. अब आप उसकी जो battery है, whether it is operated by a fuel cell or a traditional source, that depends on you. So is this part clear? And then we'll move on to the next topic. Okay, are there any audio issues? I'm getting a message about audio issues. All right. So moving on to the next topic, and this will cover the most extensive part of our discussion today. ये हमारी discussion का most extensive part होगा. India has added 5 new wetlands to the Ramsar sites now. And after this, after adding 5 new wetlands to the Ramsar sites, now in India we have 54 Ramsar wetlands. A few years back we had just almost 30 Ramsar wetlands. Now we have close to 54, or exactly 54. And with this, India is the country with the highest number of Ramsar wetlands in South Asia. So this is a very big development. We'll see that what are the 5 wetlands which have been included and why have they been included. But before that, we need to understand what is a wetland. So wetland, as the name indicates, it will have some water, a place that has some water, whether it is a lake हो सकती है, एक pond हो सकता है, swamps और marshes हो सकते हैं, basically दलदल जिन्हें हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं. Swamps or marshes can be there, mangroves can be there, estuaries can be there, oxbow lakes can be there. Estuaries are basically when your river is about to enter the sea. When river is about to enter the sea, river has got fresh water in it, and the sea here, it has got salt water in it. So estuaries का जो पानी होता है बहुत ही different, and it has a lot of nutrients in it. So जो भी around adjoining sea, जो भी water bodies होती है या जो भी wetlands होते हैं, whatever wetlands are there adjoining the sea, they are very nutrient rich, and they have a kind of biodiversity which is not found at other places. So these are basically the types of wetlands. Wetlands can be man-made also. It is not just that if you have to include in the list of Ramsar wetlands, you have to include natural wetlands only. It is not compulsory. You can have man-made wetlands also. So a wetland is a distinct ecosystem that is flooded by water either permanently or seasonally. या तो उसमें कभी कभी पानी आता हो या हमेशा ही पानी रहता हो. Both of the cases we can consider them as the wetlands. So now what is the Ramsar Convention? Ramsar Convention या Ramsar wetlands है क्या? See, it was realized around in 1971 on a global level कि जो wetlands है, these water bodies which have water sometimes and other times they might not have. Lakes हो गई, ponds हो गए, lakes, ponds, estuaries, mangroves. These are very important for the survival of human beings or for the planet Earth in general. They can, for example, if you have a lake near your house or a pond near your house, what purpose does it serve? उस pond या lake का क्या purpose है? First of all, it could be having a lot of birds or aquatic animals. Fishes हो सकती हैं. There could be many fishes which cannot be seen in other parts of the world. So biodiversity is one importance. Second importance is that it could be serving as a source for fresh water. So fresh water के लिए आसपास की जो population है उनको serve कर सकता है, and for the animals and other birds also, not just for human beings, for others also. Third, it could be acting as anti-pollutant. Filtration का काम कर सकता है वो wetland, pollution कम कर सकता है, it can regulate temperatures around in your area. So it was recognized that not just oceans, not just ecosystems on land or air or in the deep sea, wetlands are also important. Wetlands which are a transitional zone between land and aquatic ecosystems, they are in fact the most important types of ecosystems on earth. And to recognize their importance, इनकी importance को समझने के बाद, to after when their importance was recognized, it was decided that UNESCO will come out with a list of wetlands from time to time, and जो भी wetlands इस list में होंगे, all efforts will be made on the national and international level to protect these wetlands. So India has like 54 such places now, so it's a very good news. And now these places can be protected and they can be preserved in their pristine nature. So इधर जो कुछ endangered species हैं, the endangered species है, they can be protected, or they can be protected to serve mankind or general life in general. So the Ramsar Convention, Ramsar basically it is a place in Iran. Iran में एक city है, there this conference was held, Ramsar Conference, and at that time the importance of wetlands was realized. So it is named after the city in Iran, Ramsar city in Iran, bordering the Caspian Sea. So it is named after that city. So Ramsar Convention is an intergovernmental environmental treaty that was established by UNESCO on February 2nd, 1971, and February 2nd को ही हम World Wetlands Day भी मनाते हैं. We celebrate World Wetlands Day on 2nd of February every year. So it provides international cooperation and national action regarding conservation of wetlands and sustainable use of their resources. So that's about it. Then we have this Montreux record. It is related to Ramsar Convention only. It is related to Ramsar wetlands only. Montreux record is basically, for example, if you have a list of Ramsar sites, if there are 100 Ramsar sites all over the world, let's take an example. So there must be some sites, कुछ sites ऐसी होंगी जिनको बहुत early protection की requirement है. For example, there must be some sites which have been जो अपनी pristine nature से बहुत दूर हट चुकी हैं, जो बहुत ज़्यादा destroy हो चुकी हैं. Some sites which have been destroyed very very abruptly, बहुत ही बुरे तरीके से destroy हो चुकी हैं, either due to man-made activities or natural activities. So to make their protection, to keep their protection on a priority basis, basically एक red list का काम करता है Montreux record for the list of Ramsar sites. So whenever you see Montreux record, it is related with wetlands. So how it is done, that they take the consent of the national party. For example, if India wants something, some wetland, if we want from India to be included on the Montreux list, so consent will be taken from India and all the parties of Ramsar Convention, and then it will be put on the list. And if after some time enough conservation efforts have been done, अगर उस जगह को protect कर लिया जाता है तो Montreux list से उस जगह को हटा भी दिया जाता है. For example, we had Chilka Lake in Odisha, that was on this record, but later on it was removed. As of now, we have Keoladio National Park of Rajasthan and Loktak Lake in Manipur. Very important from prelims point of view. So these are the only 2 wetlands from India. Out of 54, we have only 2 wetlands which are on the Montreux record, which require urgent and immediate protection. So what are the Ramsar wetlands in India now? We have a total of 54 Ramsar wetlands in India, as I just told you. And currently, what were the first 2 Ramsar wetlands that were to be designated? 1981 mein, Chilka Lake and Keoladio National Park. These were the first 2 Ramsar sites. Now we have like additions going on every 6 months or every year. But the first 2 need to be remembered. The first 2 were Chilka Lake in Odisha and Keoladio National Park in Rajasthan. So the new sites, this is the list of new sites. We'll be covering each of them in detail, so stay tuned. The first one is 3 are from Tamil Nadu. 3 of the wetlands which have been added to the Ramsar list are from Tamil Nadu. The first one is Karikali Bird Sanctuary. The second one is Palli Karanai Marsh Reserve Forest. The third one is Pichavaram Mangrove Forest. The fourth one is in Mizoram, that is Pala Wetland, and the fifth one is in Shivpuri, Madhya Pradesh. It is called the Shakya Sagar Lake in Madhya Pradesh. So let's start by studying about these wetlands in detail. But first thing that I would like to tell you is that whenever you are preparing for your exam, आप अपने किसी भी exam के लिए prepare कर रहे हैं, don't go for notes that have been provided by the newspaper or some websites in general. If you are covering these current affairs, especially with regards to Ramsar wetland sites, so this is Ramsar Sites Information Service. This is a website. Directly go there, find out the wetlands from India, and here you will find the most detailed description, and that will be relevant from your exam point of view also. Sometimes what UPSC does is, they go to such authentic websites, they copy paste the statements and put them as questions in your prelims examination. So don't follow any other sources, just go to this website for any of the 54 sites that you are about to follow. Or the next solution is go to the website of that particular state, जो भी tourism department है or the environment department of that state, that must be covering these particular sites in detail. So starting with the first one, that is in Tamil Nadu, Karikali Bird Sanctuary. As you can see in the picture here, there are a lot of birds. So that's why this is known as a bird sanctuary. Basically, इसको जो है एक दूसरा wetland है तमिल नाडु में, it is called the Vedanthangal Bird Sanctuary. इसके साथ स्टडी किया जाता है. Basically, at one place, at this particular bird sanctuary, what birds do is that is the nesting site. Vedanthangal Bird Sanctuary is the nesting site, and this is the foraging site for birds. So it has 2 tanks, and around 1988, these tanks were joined. These 2 water bodies were joined. Not these, but to make a Karikali Bird Sanctuary, 2 type की separate water bodies थी. They were joined. These 2 tanks were joined, and they were established as a bird sanctuary. So why is it important? Because बहुत सारी migratory birds आती है. Several migratory birds such as northern pintail, gargani, common sandpiper were recorded from this site. So that is why it is important, because from the biodiversity point of view, it is essential to protect it. So this one was the first site. The second one is again from Tamil Nadu. It is the Palli Karanai Marsh Reserve Forest. As you can see in the picture, आप अगर पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं, एक सिटी एस्टैब्लिश्ड है इसके शोर लाइन पर, और नियर दिस पर्टिकुलर वेटलैंड a city has been established, and this is the city of Chennai. So if a wetland has been located near such a big city, then obviously there would be issues of pollution, overpopulation, and stress for fresh water on this particular wetland. So protecting this wetland was in news for the past like many years, for a decade or more, but now it has been added on the Ramsar list. So what you have to remember here is that it is a natural site. Again, from prelims point of view, you must note down that which one is a natural site and which one is a man-made site. So Pallikaranai wetland is a freshwater marsh in the city of Chennai, and it has many rare and endangered and threatened species. That's why protection is very important. What are the threats that this particular wetland has? Obviously city ke paas hai, so indiscriminate dumping of toxic solid waste along the road, discharge of sewage and construction of buildings, railway stations, roads, etc. So with this, you know, the water evaporation rate has risen, and jo wetland ka area hai, that has also come down, that has also shrunken with time. So now, since this is on the Ramsar list, now protection efforts will be very, you know, will happen at a very quick pace, at a very fast pace, and now this wetland can be protected. The third one from Tamil Nadu is the Pichavaram mangrove forest. We'll zoom this picture. See, these are basically mangrove forest, and these are one of the biggest mangrove forest of India. In fact, the second biggest mangrove forest after Sundarbans, wo inhe bola jata hai, Pichavaram mangrove forest ko. As you can see, there are forests on the two ends. On the left and right there are forests, and from this water body a lot of boats pass. So you can see this on Google Images also. A lot of images, a lot of beautiful images will come out. So protecting this is very important because ये दो water bodies से बना हुआ है, located between the Veller estuary in the north and Coleraun estuary in the south. It is that are permanently rooted in a few feet of water. So as I told you that second largest mangroves in India and one of the largest in Asia. It is separated from Bay of Bengal by a sandbar. So बहुत ही पतले sandbar से Bay of Bengal से separated है. It is, you can see it on the boundary, on the coastal boundary of India. So what are the types of mangroves that are found here? First of all, very important and very commonly found in India is Rhizophora. The second one is Avicennia. And there are a lot of species which are found here. Mangrove forest already वो एक ऐसा ecosystem है. Mangroves is such a kind of ecosystem that whatever species or types of trees that you find in mangrove forest, you will not be able to find anywhere else. You will not be able to find them on proper land or in proper water. So it is a transitional ecosystem between salt water and proper land. So that's why remembering these species, sometimes questions have been asked कि ये जो species है, where can you find them? So are these species of mangroves, mangrove forest or natural forest or whatever? So mangroves also attract migrant and local birds including snipes, cormorants, egrets, storks, herons, spoonbills and pelicans. This point will be of more importance to you. The species found in mangrove forest, these are all migratory species that land up here. The next one, the fourth one, is the Pala wetland of Mizoram. Pala wetland is basically Mizoram का सबसे बड़ा natural wetland है. It is the biggest natural wetland of Mizoram, and look here how beautiful it is. So it has a very deep lake, 16-meter deep lake है, what you can see here. So it has a very deep lake and it serves as a source of fresh water to the local inhabitants. एक local community है, the Mara community. So they regard it of like sacred मानते हैं इस जगह को. They regard ancient times से, it is since ancient times it is being considered sacred. So there is this Mara community that hails it, and as you can see again this boat is passing through the Pala wetland, so it is very much navigable. So important points here: largest natural wetland in the state of Mizoram, has a relatively deep lake which is over 16 meters deep on an average. There are low-lying marshy areas with which wetland provides excellent habitat for many herbivore species. The species found in this area are very important, and these species are important from your prelims point of view also. Separately इन species को आपने cover करना है exam के लिए. The first one is the sambar deer, the second is wild pig, and the third is barking deer. Fourth is hulog gibbon. This particular particular species is also found here. So the fifth thing that you have to remember is local Mara people. There is this community called of Mara people, and has a deep connection with their history. So again, as I told you, it is a major source of fresh water and fish for the villages at its fringe and also the major source of irrigation water for wet rice cultivation. So not just for drinking but for agriculture, horticulture and other forms of agriculture. This particular wetland is very important, not just for scenic beauty but also it has got many applications. The last one that we'll be studying today is the Shakya Sagar Lake, Shivpuri. So now Shivpuri is a very beautiful place somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. It has got 3 lakes and Shakya Sagar is one of them. So Shakya Sagar is important for the crocodiles, the magar crocodiles or the magarmach जिसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं, and these crocodiles they attract a lot of tourists here. So now this and this is a human made reservoir. Again another point to note that this is a man made reservoir on the outskirts of Shivpuri. So that's all you have to remember from these wetlands. Getting into too much detail is not important, just natural man-made would be enough. And the places, and if you are sitting for any prelims recently, whether it's for state civil services or UPSC next year, the questions are highly likely that you'll be given a list of places or wetlands and you'll be asked to mark the Ramsar wetlands. What are the Ramsar sites out of the following? Or what are the recent Ramsar sites? So a lot of Ramsar sites have been added on the list in the past 3 years on average. So keep a note of them. The next and the last topic for today is there is a geographical indication tag that has been given to white onion. So what is white onion and what is a geographical indication tag? Let's see. So, geographical indication tag for white onion of अलीबाग. अलीबाग एक जगह है, वहाँ के white onion को, सफ़ेद प्याज को GI tag मिल गया है. So how does a GI tag look like? If you have bought a pashmina shawl or any other thing that has got a GI tag on it, you will find this kind of picture. This is the stamp that the government uses. Ministry of Commerce and Industry gives the GI tags. So why commerce and industry? Because it is related with the industrial development of India. अगर ज़्यादा commodities को GI tag मिलता है, that means if more and more commodities get GI tag, that means the quality of that commodity has been checked and assured by the government of India, and that particular thing is coming from a particular place only. For example, we have blue pottery of Jaipur. We have so many GI tags from Rajasthan. We have the pashmina shawls. We have the Darjeeling tea. So if a tea has GI tag on it and they call it Darjeeling tea, so for sure that tea was made in Darjeeling and it will serve you the quality of Darjeeling tea. So that is the importance of GI tag. The stamp is this. And how does it work? So basically एक sign होता है. This is a sign that is put on products which have a specific origin, जो एक जगह पर ही बनते हैं और कहीं नहीं बन सकते हैं. And after these products get GI tag, any other product cannot use this name. It's like an intellectual property right की तरह काम करता है. So कोई भी और product उस चीज़ का नाम use करके नहीं बेच सकता उनको. That would be unlawful. So getting a GI tag basically increases these products market value. इनकी market value ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है. For example, a kind of basmati rice. So if that basmati rice has got GI tag. So when you go to the shop, जब आप shop पे जाते हैं, if you ask for basmati rice, it is more expensive than other kinds of rice. Now basmati also has a lot of types. Some GI tags are given to Punjab, some GI tags are given to Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. So when you go to the shopkeeper, you can be short of the quality of that particular product. So a lot of products get GI tag and other products cannot use this tag or this name. So items which are covered under this are agricultural products. For example, कोई भी crops उग रहे हैं, crops can be covered or other agricultural products can be covered. Foodstuffs, there are this Bengali rasgulla and rasgulla from Odisha, both have these separate GI tags. So anything that is made, एक कोई अगर particular dish बनाई जाती है, any foodstuff that can also get a GI tag. Wine and spirit drinks, I think Italian wine has got GI tag in India. The next one is handicrafts, blue pottery from Jaipur, I gave you an example. And fulkari from Punjab, that is another example that also has a GI tag. And industrial products also, the final final products of any industry, they can also get GI tags. So there is a list on the website of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So you can go there and see for yourself कि आपकी state से GI tag किसको मिला हुआ है. Whenever you sit for interview, it is highly likely that you will definitely be asked about GI tags from your state or your particular area. So just keep that in mind. GI tags of your state should be known to you. Secondly, before sitting for prelims, note down the GI tags which have been given to commodities in the past 2 to 5 years. पिछले 5 साल में जिन भी चीज़ों को GI tag मिला है, they are very important from prelims point of view. And if you're sitting for state civil services exam, then again, all the GI tags that have been awarded to commodities of your state. Covered that in detail. So now we'll study about this white onion. Basically, it gets it will benefit the farmers. Now since it has got GI tag, it will benefit the farmers. Now farmers can sell it on the basis of that GI tag, and they can raise its prices and get a lot of revenue out of it, because now after getting GI tag, it has been ensured कि ऐसी quality का onion आपको नहीं मिलेगा. White onion is a separate kind of commodity in itself. So there is a place in Maharashtra called Alibag, and it is a very popular tourist spot. So that is where this Alibag onion or white onion is grown. What are its characteristics? इसकी खास बात क्या है? So it has a sweet taste. Otherwise onions have bitter taste, you know, they make your eyes teary, but this particular onion has a sweet taste and it has got many medicinal properties also. So locally also, local log isko काफी सारे diseases treat करने में use करते हैं, and otherwise also it's used in a lot of medicines. So it has it is being cultivated traditionally. Traditional way of life जो अलीबाग के लोगों का है, उसका ये बहुत important part है. So it GI tag should have a cultural significance also. So that is one of the parameters for deciding GI tags, for giving GI tags. So this has a traditional way of cultivation. It has been in place for the very long time. So that's why this particular onion has got GI tag now. Now these were the most 3 important topics for today. Make sure that you go back, click on the link on the website or in the description below. Go back and answer this question. The first part of the question regarding seize the mains has already been taken. This question, what are the various types of electric vehicles? This already has been taught to you. Highlight the steps taken by the government to promote electric vehicles in India. So these articles about the steps that government has been taking or has taken. GST rate कम कर दिया गया है electric vehicles पर, or there was this FAME policy of government of India. Read about FAME policy and how government of India in the past 10 to 20 years has supported companies which manufacture electric vehicles. Electric vehicles manufacturing companies को कैसे government ने support किया है ताकि ज़्यादा electric vehicles produce हो सकें. We have this target to produce like 20 million or around that electric vehicles around 2030. 2030 तक हमारा एक target है, and to achieve that we need to have a lot of demand and supply. So that is the policy of the government. Read it, answer this question, put it on the website and get it evaluated entirely free of cost. Any doubts about this session? I'm taking the doubts now. If you have any doubts, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, thank you all of you. If there are no doubts, then we'll sign off this session. Okay. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel, and tomorrow there would be the discussion taken by Snigdha ma'am about international relations and security. So stay tuned to our channel. There are a lot of initiatives happening. And yesterday's question of seize the mains, you'll see a discussion today at 9 p.m. on our YouTube channel. So keep writing answers, keep sharing your answers, and we are all the time available to support you in this journey of becoming a civil servant. All the best and stay tuned.